Okay, everyone, welcome back. We are now on episode 19, where we are going to continue on in our last adventure. Our intrepid stormbreakers um, infiltrated the shrine of Bahamut and tried to steal his no, in that was a different group. In this group, they entered the shrine of Bahamut because they were questing to receive a vision from Bahamut about the fate of Leilon. And so, immediately upon entering, while they were not greeted with violence, they were greeted with a great deal of suspicion, and you could tell that these monks, the security force, the soldiers that guarded the shrine, were very protective of the one they called Mother Worm, referring to Lamarantos, the claws of the coast, the bronze dragon, the adult bronze dragon that lives in the shrine. Um, and it turns out that the swords of Leilon actually built this shrine for Lamarantos for all, because she's a huge Bahamut fan. Um, and they built this shrine or had it built quite some time ago, right, 100 some years ago, um, because of all of the help that she um, levied in Leilon to protect Leilon. And so that was their. She protected Leilon back in the day before everything went completely haywire and the whole town was leveled by these monsters from other worlds. So she, after Leilon was destroyed, she kind of holed up in her shrine, kind of hung out, did some occasional hunting, helped out along the ocean. The crew that she ran with on her ship, the Scaly Eye, so they call themselves the Scaly Eye, ended up staying to protect her and acting as kind of her little beneficial minions of sorts, to assist with the shrine and taking care of her. And they saw a decline in her mental stability, her health of sorts, in the last month or so. And so they've grown very concerned over that. So when you showed up, they were worried that you might take advantage of that to hurt her or to steal the treasure or to do any other sorts of bad guy stuff that sometimes adventurers, little murder hobos, are wont to do. So, but when they saw you try to protect the dragon from things that were afoot up above in the chamber above here, they uh, they rallied with you. They believe you are definitely on the good side now, so they have offered to let you stay there to get some rest before you head back to Leilon, and hopefully the dragon will return. Um, so the details of the fight were pretty much that there was something going on upstairs. The dragon was very confused and attacked Kineas and others, but then Zith put up a wall of force to kind of protect everyone from the dragon without harming the dragon. Um, People were finding that there was something else going on. A demon showed up. Other people, pretty much everyone, saw her as an old flame of Kineas's from Neverwinter, but they quickly caught on that she was no good. And but she did get Kineas allied with her against everyone else. So Kineas went to town, trying to attack everybody and using pulling out all the stops. So they eventually paralyzed him with a hold person spell and were able to subdue him. And he's been struggling all night long. Can I ask, is there something you want to do? Do you want to try to get out of your bonds in the middle of the night?
Oh yes. So I was asking this for him. So my fingers tied up?
I think they probably bound your hands so you can't use somatic components to your spells. They would
I
have
see.
gagged
I
you
noticed you can.
so you can't use verbal components. So
So at this point, I probably would have discovered Anea is not willing to help me.
nah, she's telling you you're crazy. You need to snap out of it.
But they drove the love of my life away. You have to understand, Anea.
She's trying to talk sense into you. That wasn't the love of your life. What do you?
I
She
dated her
left to
so.
go. She left to go hang with someone else.
That's only because she didn't like my friends. So
This
I
is
like to
probably
believe
true, but she's gone now.
I'll never forget them for this.
She
So
tells
I
you your
like to use
friends are.
giant,
You're going to use what? Giant's
giant
might
might.
to try to
Yeah,
break out of your bonds.
Ooh.
yeah,
Okay.
just brute force it.
Yep, you can do that. So where are you guys camping, by the way? Let's. Are you staying in this main chamber that has the water and listening to the ocean soothe you to sleep while you rest, or are you elsewhere?
I thought we were going to spend the evening with the guards
Yeah, I'm just
in their
asking.
barracks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah, that's what we discussed before.
Okay.
okay. So in that case, then, by the way, Sparky, after the fight settled down, he does one of those "I'm shaking myself off because I got all wet" kind of moves, and all of the
Okay.
flames dissipate from him, and he's
Okay.
just left with this burnt orange kind of curly fur. So he looks a little bit like he's on fire, but that's just
But
the
he's not.
hair, right? It's just the pattern in the hair.
But when we're in combat, that's when we have to be careful not to be next to him.
Right, right. If he does that
Okay.
again, yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And that's when you also notice, Robbie, that around his collar,
Oh, you want to bring that?
um,
Okay.
he has a small case, a small little case underneath his collar. It's not like a barrel with whiskey in it, but it's just a smaller little case. Like it has like, you know, if found, please contact the nearest Kasuth Temple or something like that. You know, it's one of those like almost like a dog tag, but it's a little case. And when you this is new, it wasn't there before. It had a collar, but not with a case attached to it. So you kind of mess around with it, and you find inside there is a small scroll. It's not like a normal scroll where it unravels into parchment. It's just like a strip, more like
Okay.
and you open it up and it has some markings on it. There are symbols all the way across it.
So I look at it and I can't make heads or tails. It's kind of confusing to me, and
It is
I try to
indeed
interpret it, but I'm just not. Just really never seen anything like this before. And
correct.
given
This
the
is
present,
kind of new.
right? So given the present circumstance, I'm going to roll it up and put it back in
Okay.
because I'm more concerned about Kineas. And I wag his, rough his head and stuff like that, and good boy, and
Such a good boy.
yeah, such a good doom dog.
Right. So the scaly eye will invite you back, but they say on the way there, it's not just around the corner, but we will pass sacred ground,
Oh, so
and
it's not,
you
it's not
must
here. We're staying.
Correct. You must
Okay.
you must not raise your voice. You must not desecrate the area in any way, and we will take you back to where our quarters are.
Hang on a second.
All right, there. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep. Yep. Can hear
Okay,
you.
Yeah,
I had to
sure.
log out. Sorry. When they say we can't desecrate, Zith would probably stop and talk to Tad and Ozus, or Ezra and Ozus, and say like, look, I don't know if we can guarantee that, who is going to stay in his politely bound. I don't want to wreck their temple and have them get mad at us. It seems like we're on their good side. Should we actually not stay in their barracks? And maybe if Mr. Levy Dovey wants to get crazy, it's probably better in here, or maybe in the room with the statue. Or are they saying that the whole place is sacred? Are they just talking about their barracks that they're
No,
taking us to?
they're talking about on the way to their barrack room that there is a sacred tomb to their fallen comrades.
Oh,
And-
that we won't. Right. So we can
and
stay in their barracks like without
Correct.
being sacrilegious. Okay.
Silence
And-
for the fallen heroes.
And I have a silence spell, so I can cast it if you want me to.
Oh, cast it on Kineas. Cast on Kineas. Do it.
Well,
Do
I
it.
don't cast it on the Kineas. I cast it on a 20-foot radius. So when we're walking through the graveyard,
Oh, all right.
Now that means we can't talk to each other, though.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay, so they will lead you. I'm going to line you guys up right behind this guy.
Okay.
And so they will lead you. And Kineas, I'm assuming, is
Yeah, I'm
Probably.
The person at this point.
yeah.
Well,
under-
if we're in
under
the silence
guard.
spell, no one can make any. I mean, you can make all the noise you want, but no one can hear it.
Yeah. Great. Love it.
So
But we can't hear each other. Just remember that.
at both
Or
ends
you.
of this hall is a carving on the southern wall that reads "Silence for the fallen heroes, please." And you see several niches that line the walls from floor to ceiling. Their best guess is somewhere around 90 of these little dugouts. And so they are like these holes in the wall wherein they can put the remains of their deceased comrades. And then under each of these carve outs, there is a name carved into the stone beneath each one. So as you walk through, you definitely get a sense of honored reverence as you go through this area. And it really probably helps with Kineas struggling still. But maybe, Kineas, you might even understand, even in your clouded thinking, that this is still some place that you probably don't want to pick a fight or make a lot of noise in, etc. So they will take you back to their area in the back. And so this is the place that you will stay, which has like a whole camp set up in here. Basically, they have a fire area where they cook all their food, mostly fish and seafood, but there are some game. Like there's a leg of something, probably pork or something like that, and so they have also they have their bunks all in here. So they have several places to stay, and so at almost all times there are at least 8 of these guys in here, taking a break when the others are out doing their patrols and whatnot. So there's room for you guys to stay in actual bedding areas, right? So you could probably lash Kineas down on that. So Kineas, are you going to try to break out by becoming really big?
No, for the very simple fact that even if I did that, my rope would just change size. The ropes would just get bigger with me.
Oh, it does? Anything that's attached to you?
Anything I'm carrying,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna stay the same size, but I'm getting all bulky and getting that advantage on my athletics checks.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your check. Oh, nice. Excellent roll with advantage. An 11 and an 11. So you struggle and fight, and then a couple of sabers come down, like right next to you, and like the two guys on either side of the bed they laid you in they're just like shaking their head. Mm-mm. Nope.
Through the gag, I'm trying to say, you don't understand. They drove the love of my life away. I have to avenge myself with their
Sure. Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Calm down. It's good. You're fine. Okay.
Like a little, just like from frustration.
Very good. Right.
Zith would. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, please.
Yeah, Zith would cast Mage Hand, and I'd command it to be hovering over Kineas's face and just repeatedly slapping him the whole night
Okay.
until I got bored.
So it sounds to me like Kineas is not going to get a very good rest, and probably wouldn't want to anyway, right?
Oh,
Until we stop.
I'm completely under a spell.
Yeah. So a woman walks in to this area, and the others they look over and they go, Captain, it's good to see you. And she walks up. She kind of crosses her arms. She's got a couple of swords by her side. She wears a big hat with a huge feather. It's a wide-brimmed kind of, it's a pirate hat, basically. And she comes walking in, and she kind of looks over the whole crew that's there of hers, and then she looks at the Stormbreakers, and she has kind of this little smile on her face, and she looks over at Kineas, who's struggling in the bed, and she kind of walks over and she sits down next to you on the edge of the bed, and she takes her hand and kind of places it on your chest and kind of pats you, just pat. She goes, now.
Like,
Tell me all about it. She removes your gag.
these monsters. My love found me. Moria. She came back after she came to me all the way from Neverwinter. Found me here, and they drove her away with their violence. I mean, after they tried to seduce her.
Oh,
I mean, no wonder she asked me to kill them.
well, Kineas, is it right? It's Kineas.
Yes.
Actually, I killed her. So
You did what?
yeah, I ended her. So what you're feeling right now is just kind of the remnants of her sorcery. She actually charmed you, and so I'm here just to make sure that you're okay. Are you okay?
No.
Oh, you should feel it fading here soon. I think you've all deserved a good rest. Why don't you all take it? And then she puts her hand on your forehead, Kineas, and you just go to sleep. And she says, maybe it's time for the rest of you to just have a good rest. You've earned it. You're here safe. You have the protection of my crew, and I will talk to you after you're rested.
Thank you so much. It's been
It's
it was an honor.
And then she gets up and she leaves the room.
And do we all feel like she put us to sleep, or like we
No, just
doing it?
Canaz.
Yeah, just
Just Canaz.
I would elbow Oz and be like, is that the dragon lady? I can't say her name.
I'm thinking it is.
Lamarantos.
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 Do you think that's Lamarantos?
Lamarantos.
I turned to the guards. Is that Lamarantos? Is that Mother Worm?
You're asking the
The
crew?
guards.
Yeah, the guard,
yeah.
the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they go, yeah, she's looking much better, isn't she?
That's incredible.
So she went out feeding and came back and looks like this?
Oz is getting all frisky.
No. I'm just asking questions.
I'll have some of what she's having.
Yeah.
No, actually, she showed up and seemed to have calmed Canaz down right with. And so you guys can all take your long rest. So if you've lost any hit points, get him back. This also goes for Canaz, who lost max hit points. You will get all of those back as well. So you'll be back at your 100 or whatever you're at.
Yes.
I'm going to try to see if this will roll the dice on its own usability. Oh, it doesn't roll the dice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll the dice. It's better to just do one. Oh no, I screwed it all up. Okay. I've totally screwed this up. It's going to roll 8 dice.
Well, you can right click on the dice and it will remove it.
I'm trying. It's not. I don't know if it's a Mac thing. Oh, yeah. Got it.
You're in Forge?
No,
yeah, it kind of freezes.
So it's like alt click or something?
Yeah.
19. Oh, beautiful. Hold on.
Why is it doing
more.
a 2? Why is it doing a -2?
I have no clue.
Okay.
That's it.
Well,
That's a
probably
19.
because you were trying to.
19 and a 12. Okay. Love that.
Oh, and I'm to roll for my bespoke weapon.
Yeah, and while I was in the car,
you recharged yours back to full. It came back.
It was full.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Portent 19. Ooh, and 12. That's so great. So great. Okay.
No snake eyes.
So I would after we wake up, let's go to sleep first and do that thing. I have a lot of questions for Ozus.
All right. So, Tad, anything from you before the long rest? Ezra, interested in anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Ezra would just kind of be
Did he say something? I can't hear it.
resting. Can you guys hear
He's
me?
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
One
I don't think Ezra would really do much. I think he would kind of just read the room and
there we go.
just get ready to rest after all the other stuff. He'd probably check on Canais, make sure that he was okay. Just because he's big on caretaking. So.
Yep. Okay. Cool. That's right. He's having happy dreams.
Don't bite me. Don't.
Ozus is like, if you guys have any bacon, I can cook us up some bacon.
Oh, don't feed me all this bacon.
If anything, I'll make him shut up that well.
Okay. So you've taken your long rest. You can go ahead and hit your long rest button if you haven't done so, and go ahead and take your long rest. And come morning time, the soldiers, some of you probably already up all on your own and everything. Otherwise, the scaly eye will like rattle your bunks and tell you it's time to get up. And some of them like to still sleep in hammocks. So there, you notice that there's even a couple of hammocks strung up between some of the bunks that are in here. And so they go ahead and bring you along to the main hall, where again the statue of Bahamut, right? The entry hall that you came in before, there's a huge statue of Bahamut. And it is surrounded by treasure, and standing by the treasure, yep, Ganeas has got that right. Standing by the treasure is the captain. She seems to be pleased to see you. She's glad you're back. And she says, you have done me a great service. And as well as for my crew. For this reason, I wish to reward you. And you are here now to receive Bahamut's blessing as a reward for saving me and my crew. So those of you who have moved yourself, I'm going to throw you in the other room. And this and the doggy. And I think that's it. Okay. So you now stand at the foot of this magnificent statue of Bahamut as the claws of the coast softly chants a prayer in Draconic. In a flash of light, you find yourself in Leilon.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Fancy.
But the
But wait,
town
are
is
we in-
instead covered in a cloud of putrid green gas.
Ooh. It's like
Bloat-
gloom. I knew it.
Bloated, asphyxiated corpses lie broken on the ground, and dying townsfolk are crawling through the streets gasping for breath. At the center of it all stands an enormous green dragon, grinning a bloody smile as the upper half of Marigold Brightshine, at least the upper half of her severed corpse, hangs from the dragon's mouth.
Savage.
We're in a different plane.
In another flash of light, you are back
sh-
in the statue chamber. And Lamarantos now has a very grave look on her face. You must take action to swiftly save Leilon.
Was what we saw Evan death?
I mean, maybe.
I think
I would-
what you
I would
saw
ask
was
her. I would ask her.
she looks
we
at
saw
you
is a
and,
possible
and she
future?
says, I recognize that dragon. That is Clogilia Mater. Nicknamed for some of you who are challenged with dragon names. She is often referred to as Old Gnawbone because of her appetite for humanoid flesh.
Nah.
She lives in a cave on the north end of the Crypt Garden Forest, where the woods meet the Sword Mountains. This green dragon is wicked, but she has not attacked a settlement in decades. So this is unusual. She does not want to deal with the ire of cities across the Sword Coast, so she tends to keep a low profile.
What could have driven her to do this?
Good question. But clearly it involves the destruction of that town. I think, however, there may still be time to reason with that green dragon and talk her out of her course of action.
Yes, of course.
Is the vision that we just saw current, or is it near present?
That's impending.
Ending. Yeah.
So
we
she
saw either
thinks... You saw what?
we either saw a possible future.
Yeah. A vision of the
Jim,
fate of Leilon.
And Jim, just correct me if I'm wrong. Ebon-Death can possess living dragonoids, right? Like he once
Yes.
possessed my old ally, Sir Nesbit.
Did he? Yes. Okay.
Yes, when we were fighting Cryofang.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
so I will actually mention this to the Mother Worm. That I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but recently we've been dealing with a Dracolich that has risen.
Oh. Is that so?
Yes, my friend here just mentioned it. It calls itself Ebon-Death.
Ah. Sarah Vitriol.
Yes.
He is a troubling one.
I mean, if this seems out of character, the attacking his settlement seems out of character for Gnawbone, then, I mean, it's very possible she could be possessed.
Yes, that is possible.
Would you be able to provide us any support in this, in protecting Leilon?
Well, I certainly could help with the protection of the town itself, but I would only exacerbate any of old Gnawbone's current sentiments. But I think that if you find Claudia Mater and find out what she wants and you give it to her, you could very likely turn her away from wanting to destroy Leilon.
Seems like a good plan. You know what she likes other than, people.
Yep. I will stay here and continue to commune with Bahamut to see if there's anything else that could be done. I cannot go with you because that will certainly antagonize Claudia Mater, and she will not, obviously, be amenable to any kind of negotiations. But in addition to this vision that you have seen of the future, I would like to give you something else. She says, you see here my horde surrounding the statue in offering to the great dragon. But I also offer you from this treasure your choices. There is this scimitar, And there is this cloak. This is the cloak of the manta ray. It bestows great powers upon the wearer. While wearing the cloak, with its hood up, you can breathe underwater. And you have the swimming speed of 60 feet. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. The sword is a scimitar of speed. It also grants some extra powers. First off, it is a magical sword that is sharper and much more damaging than a normal weapon. But you can also, it also speeds you up. It makes you able to attack more often than usual. And each time you swing it, you'll feel the ability to maybe get an extra shot in. And I also have this. And she then pulls out a warhammer, and she says, I believe this would suit you. And she takes the warhammer and hands it to Ezra and says, San Lenore, your god wishes for you to have this.
Ezra would thank them very much for the Warhammer and ask, what does it do?
She says, well, commune with Moradin and learn. This is actually called Dwarf Father's Verdict.
Like that.
Yeah, it kind of sounds pretty destructive.
So you know Moradin's, one of his common names is Dwarf Father, right? He is one of the founding gods, and he is the father of the entire dwarven race. So he's referred to often as the Dwarf Father, the Soul Forger, etc. Okay, so you now see Dwarf Father's Verdict in your character sheet.
I do, yes.
What do you want to do with these other two items that she offers you?
So I don't know if I missed it. She's offering all of these things to us?
Yeah. She offered
Okay.
you the Warhammer, and she has
Okay.
a cloak, and she also has a scimitar.
Yeah, I would say that and Kineas is back to normal, right? We don't
Yep.
have to worry about him.
Yeah.
I would suggest that
Oh, yeah.
that Kineas might want to look at that scimitar because his attacks are the most powerful of his weapon attacks are the most powerful of the three of us, I believe. But if he doesn't want it, I'm sure Ozus could use it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I mean, if he doesn't want it, I'll definitely take it. I don't think we need the cloak.
But we have been drowning a lot.
Oh, I'll take the cloak. Like if nobody wants it, I'm happy to take the cloak. I feel so over.
Oh, I thought
feel
we were only allowed to.
No, I think we
We
can
can
take all three.
We get all
She's
three.
offering.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's offering
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Well, I got the impression we were
Give it to Kineas because he's such a chicken shit around water. Please, maybe they'll
Probably
make
a good
him.
idea.
Yeah,
I don't.
He's also the one who tends to jump into the water and sink in. With the
and
exception of me doing
freak out
Yeah,
about
and
it.
freak out.
You did that
Yeah.
last time. That was you.
To be fair, I also did that, but I was not in control of my own mind, so
And he's not terrified like you, scaredy cat.
Hey, you tried crowding your sane mind while not being able to move, and see how that affects you.
I would ask Warm Mother if there was, of course, thanking her for the abundant gifts. Is there any way she could bestow the ability to communicate in Draconic to any one of us? I know that Kineas can read it, right? But you can't speak it. Is that right?
I can for 1 hour a day.
1 hour a day. Okay. That would be useful. I don't know if it's something that a Warm Mother could do.
Just to grant the ability to speak in Draconic?
Speak and understand Draconic for, say, I don't know how close this encounter is going to be, but a week, a day? I'll take whatever she has and totally understand if that is not something that she could do. She's already been very kind to us and more than repaid her debt.
She tells you that this is a complicated language.
Mm-hmm.
Typically comes to only those who learn it from a very young age or are born among those that speak it.
Yep.
It is the language of sorcerers. For that reason, it is difficult to learn. But if you are interested in learning, I can arrange for maybe you to learn it. Not through magic, a bestowal, but if you want to actually try to learn the language, I may be able to help you understand the language a little better, or send someone who can help you learn.
I don't know if we have time to stay and learn enough to.
No, it would take time. I just know.
Yeah, there's no way around it. So if there was anybody that you could send with us to help us communicate if we have to with that dragon, that would be great. But if not, we should be taking off for. Sid is very concerned about Leilon. His worst fears have been confirmed by by the vision that she provided, and we should definitely get going. And
which is a different vision of destruction than the one you saw.
100%.
Somebody's got it in for Leilon, right?
Yeah.
Zith would assume that his initial, this is his assumption. His assumption is that this maybe we did save the town from this dragon, and his vision was this sort of final battle for the soul of Leilon, or the next big one after the one that we may be coming across right now. It gives him some optimism that we might have actually succeeded in turning this dragon away, but he doesn't feel any better about the fate of Leilon in the medium term.
Before we leave, I would like to show Mother Worm the letter the advert we got to come here. Do you recognize the handwriting of this? It was posted up in our town's job board.
It was it?
Yes.
That's interesting.
You didn't think much about it till one of your followers mentioned that it didn't seem likely to be, someone would mention, put that, just advertise that.
Huh. Well, I haven't seen this handwriting in quite some time.
Do you know who it is?
Well, yes. This is clearly written by a hand of one of the swords of Leilon.
Hands will blink for a minute.
Yeah, we all look at each other, I hope.
Oh. A ghost wrote this. I'm a mix between a little scared, a little awestruck, and just plain impressed. I mean, this is some excellent penmanship.
How long
That's
ago was this
fascinating.
written? How long ago?
I mean, the paper is not that old, is it?
No, no, it was just on the job board.
Yeah. Not that long ago. Well, I'm just going to decide this is a good thing. You know,
Okay.
that our predecessors in defending Leilon are out to help us and not haunt us for doing a bad job.
Okay. Very good. So you guys are getting ready to head out?
Although I do have one more question, Jim. This is just
What's
for
that?
you.
Mm-hmm.
How are the followers of Mother Worm? How old do they look?
They look mature, probably in their 50s or 60s.
So they don't look like they're over 100 years old.
No.
I need to come back here at some point, learn their moisturizing routine.
Zith would take a second and call Ollie back for the
Okay.
next round.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time I had her, she just went. She actually died. So it would be I'd have to do my Brazier dance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lamorantos will
summon her
also
back.
point out that Anea can speak Draconic and can communicate that to
Yeah.
and pretty much any of you telepathically.
Ooh,
Okay.
that is ingenious.
That's nice. How far of a distance?
See, Anea is the best. I say,
Okay.
holding her up high.
Sorry, I'm spamming our chat. I didn't realize I was doing that. We can handle it in gameplay, Jim. But for whatever the I don't know what the problem is, but in whatever the update is, my character sheet is not complete, so I'm having to cast spells from D&D Beyond.
Oh, really?
Some of them aren't here. So if they aren't here, I'll cast them from D&D Beyond. But we can deal with that after the session.
Oh, some of your spells are not showing up?
Yeah.
Huh.
We have ascertained that I am the only person on a scummy Mac. But
I'm on a
I think
scummy
I'm
Mac.
With it.
Oh, all right. So some of my
I'm on a Mac.
I'll text you the screenshot of my spells, Jim, so you can look at your leisure.
Okay. I'm starting another sync of your character just in case. All right. So
Yeah, I did the resync, but like find familiar. Maybe it's back. No, find familiar is not there. When you look at third level spells, only hypnotic pattern showing, not the other two. So it's fine.
so it could be it's just showing you the spells that you prepared, but I don't
No,
think
because
that's
the spells that I
case.
prepared are highlighted in pink.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was-
like Blur
I'm
and,
looking. Yep.
and Phantasmal Force are all there, but like I may have more, but I know that Counter Smell and Tiny Hut are not here. And I have both of them. I've Counter Spell prepared, and Tiny Hut's a ritual. Find
Counter
Familiar is not
spells on your
there.
sheet. Yeah.
It's not. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I see third level counter spell
Yeah, I know.
next to hypnotic pattern in Leoman's tiny hut.
Yeah, I'll send you the screenshot that I'm seeing.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
in
you
our
have a
it's in our private chat.
You have a different sheet. I wonder if it's the sheet you have.
But we can keep it. We can keep going. I didn't want to slow it down. I just wanted to bring that up. That's why I was spamming Find Familiar, because I was doing it from D&D Beyond to see if it worked, and it clearly did because I did it 17 times.
Oh, you don't have the default sheet listed.
I just
Yeah, when you put the default sheet on, then everything comes up.
Oh, when I pop it out, some more show up. No, oh, when I pop it out, everything shows. That is interesting. But
And
when
if you
it's
also if you have to if you select prepared, when you select that button, if you hit it, it'll show you everything you can have. If you click it and it turns red, it'll show you everything you're prepared. Now, I see you went back to the
I
other.
just switched it. I'm switching it.
Yeah, so when you go to the default character sheet, it works fine. When you go back to the
mine's
sheet you have
fixed.
now, yeah, it does
Yeah,
not.
mine's fixed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim, for whatever you did.
I'm just switching character sheets. I don't know which.
Oh.
There's 3 different character sheets to choose from.
You want to choose the default character sheet.
Oh.
So now I'm back on. So this one is the D&D Beyond. Which one is this? The D&D5e D&D Beyond character sheet 5e. I don't know. You added. The other one is the compact one, and then the one is the default 5e character sheet.
Now you changed mine. Mine's changed.
Oh, I changed the default sheet. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah, go back
Let
to
me
what
put
it
it back
was.
to the default 5e sheet and change
Yeah.
you from the compact sheet to that sheet. Go. All right, there we go. Whoa.
That is okay, so that's the sheet that works. The one that you have now for me, the default. That's the
Sith, I just
def-
massively changed yours.
yeah, so the default sheet, compact D&D, the default one, whatever you have default now is the one that's been working.
There you go, Zith. That's the one.
Yeah.
That one should be good.
Yep, this one works. It's great.
Yep.
That's the default Foundry 5e sheet.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, she wishes you well on your travels, and says go find old Gnawbone as quickly as possible and see if you can change the course of events.
Will do.
And how far is Leilon, Jim?
It's a day and a half, 2 days.
Got it. Okay.
So let me pull up our little calendar. Oh, we're behind. We're way behind. So let's advance a couple of days. So this would be this day's note would be reunited.
So there's a Sword Mountains North and Sword Mountains South.
How's that? What are you talking about?
There's 2 Sword Mountains, and the Mirror of Deadman is in the middle.
Okay. This one is on Shrine. I'm just catching up the calendar real quick so we have our days spaced out. And then all right. So return to Leilon. I'll just call it return to Leilon. All right. So a day and a half later, you have a fairly uneventful trip back during the day to get to Leilon. Nothing fancy happens while camping, and you're back in town the next day. So it's now Hammer 29, 1493.
I'm still at the shrine. We supposed to be a different map.
No, I haven't switched maps yet. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
All right, so if we pull up the Sword Coast, let's do that. Get some windows out of the way here. Activate. Wonder Twin
Did you
Tower.
know? Oh, did this whole "did you know" thing keeps coming up?
Yeah, they're little quizzy little factoids. Okay, so it's just something to read while you're waiting for the scene to load. Okay, so the Mirror of Dead Men. I'm not sure what you mean Sword Mountains north and south. I don't see that on my map.
If you look at an overall map of Faerun, you'll see it.
Okay.
There's
And how does it relate to the Crypt Garden Forest?
There's Sword Mountains that's north of Mirror of Men and Sword Mountains that's south of it.
Is the Crypt Garden Forest in between the mountains? Because I don't think so.
Crypt. Where's it?
The Crypt Garden Forest, Krypt.
It's right behind the Sword Mountains.
Yeah, that's north of it's north of Waterdeep, south of the Sword Mountains.
Yup.
Somber Hills, Red Larch, that whole area, the abandoned quarry. And that would be familiar to Ezra and I guess, because we're from Anfell. That's part of the Desarian Valley. So that would be Sword Mountains south, not Sword Mountains north.
Okay.
So, Jim, what exactly does this this Scimitar of Speed do? Does it give me like an extra attack action or something?
Yep.
Good.
That's it. Gives you, as a bonus action, you can take another attack.
So it's kind of useless to me then, due to my fighting style.
Are you the only one that you can use the scimitar? Give it to
I
someone
can
else.
Yeah, and I'll also give the cloak to Zith, saying, Zith, I cannot go near the water at the moment, but you should have the cloak. I'll be honest here, Zith. In the next few months, if I see any large body of water, much less go in it, it'll be too soon.
I'll roll my eyes and I'll take it. I won't put it. I won't put it on. I'm just gonna put it in my pack. Because as soon as he gets in near some water, I'm gonna throw it on you and push him in.
He's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Push him right in.
Awesome.
And let's see. Other than that, Ozus, do you want to attack? I don't know, twice in a round, or twice in 6 seconds?
Not yet. I will in the future.
Okay, then then I'll just give this to you then. And I'll hand August the Scimitar of Speed.
Okay, you can hand that over to him.
The one fighting style that sword is useless for. The two-weapon fighting style.
Well, it can always, if it doesn't have to be attuned, I can always, I can just carry it and we can throw it, someone can pick it up and use it.
Okay. Better to have a magic sword than not to.
Yeah.
I still got stabby and slicey.
Yeah. Stabbing, slicing. You saw that in what I put in Discord, right? The in session notes.
Yeah, that's the same mountain range, but yeah.
Right.
It just
Okay.
continues. Yeah.
Right. So where are there? Because Ezra and I come from the south of the Sword Mountains, not the north.
Correct. The
And
south end of them. Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a big stretch to saying that the dragons in the South Mountain, Sword Mountains, we have a lot of space to cover.
South of the Sword Mountains in the Crypt Garden Forest.
Okay.
So that Crypt Garden Forest, if you look at the map of the VTT, that shows you right where it's at.
Right.
On the north end of the Crypt Garden Forest, up where it goes up against the mountains.
Phandalin Triborough Trail. There's Leilon. So we're going to go back to Leilon and get ready for this trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you also have that that quest that you can finish up as well.
You mean to just turn in the quest sheet to the council?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do mean that.
Although I don't know if they would honor the quest put out by a ghost, but we'll find out. I really have so many questions about that, honestly. I say as we're walking. Ezra, Ozzy, do you guys deal with ghosts more often than probably I do?
Well, I wouldn't say the ghost. Go ahead, ask your question.
How? So, ghosts can. I know it's like a very difficult thing for a ghost to pick up an object. And this one wrote an entire message on a piece of paper and took a hammer and nailed it to the job board. Is that normal?
No, not normal at all.
No.
But where there's a will, there's a way. And that's provided, this is provided that, the information she was given was correct.
It was correct. It's also the fact that it kind of felt like the ghost knew what was going on, and that's why it told us to go there.
I mean, we should definitely probably look to find some answers, but
Okay. Yeah, and let's see if we get the 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah,
I like where your head's at.
Because I'm reading that very carefully. Report the threats you're divine to the town council to collect a reward. It doesn't say who's giving out the 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'm really wondering if the council will recognize a quest put up by a ghost.
Yeah, because they're going to say there's no proof it was there.
I mean, we had a few paper.
They didn't have iPhones back then, the snap stuff. And I got proof. There's someone that's sitting there sketching. That's proof. That's what we'll do next time. We'll pay someone to paint the board.
Yeah,
Okay, so we make a... Okay, let's go to Leilon and see what happens.
Okay.
We're gonna find out a lot about town politics in this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that. I have a feeling we're not getting 1,000 gold points of gold pieces. Let's see what happens.
So the town council, when they hear that you're returning back to town, and the guards, of course, ask you how things are going on, you kind of tip your hand a little bit. You're going to go talk to the council, etc. You've completed a quest, etc. They give word to the council members, who will then meet with you. And switch over to that map, because I know that we've got Leilon Council. Let's try that.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting 1,000.
It's a party. Okay.
All right. There's a map that has been used for other things and is old and all that jazz. So let's clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Who else doesn't belong here? That guy.
That guy. Three fell.
Oh, Jonathan.
Yes. We really need to speak to Jonathan about this.
Okay, and then who's missing? We've got a couple missing from here. So, like,
My puppy.
did you put Zank out there? Okay. I'm kidding. All right. So Ezra, you're there, and Zith, you need to be added. Oh no, there's two of you now.
Who's already there?
Oh, there we go. Is Ezra already there? Ezra's not already there.
Yeah, I'm there. Yep, I'm there.
And then
I put
Sparky
you there just now, right?
Yeah, bring
No,
Sparky
I
in.
think I've been. I'm there now. I don't.
Yeah, you're
I
there.
feel like
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
put you over here. Are you outside the building now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that's the one I just put there. All right, good. All right, and then you want Sparky.
Yeah, because where are these guys that look like Aquaman?
What?
These guys.
Oh, those
Are
are
they-
just soldiers. Those are guards.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool.
They're just kind of in silhouette because they don't have a actual identity.
It's almost as they're nameless NPCs in a game played by higher order beings.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, Griselda Copperrot greets you and asks for your report. What is it that you've accomplished that you've been sent on a quest for?
Absolutely.
She looks a little
nothing and everything.
confused.
So I hand her the piece of paper and tell her everything that happened with the dragon.
Okay, download. Okay, they look very surprised. They're like, "Well, that's interesting because we didn't. This isn't something that we put up on the board. However, we feel
slaps.
we feel it's still valuable information, so we will go ahead and pay the 1,000 gold."
Oh yes.
And honors request from dice.
Oh
Okay.
man, 1,000 gold pieces.
I've
Yes.
added that. I've added that to your party sheet.
Hey Jim, would anybody would any of them be old enough? I guess not, right? To be as familiar with the Sword of Leilon as I can never say her name.
Well,
The
some of them are.
Mother Worm.
Some of them are probably old enough. You have a half elf, you've got a dwarf or a gnome.
So I do it to the
But
half.
they're not from here.
Oh, right, got it. They're imports. Forgot about
Everybody's
that.
kind of new, right?
Yeah. Hmm. And there's nobody from the area that has been alive long enough to maybe remember them, except for Methuselah or whatever her name is.
What are you trying to find out?
I want to see if anybody else recognizes the handwriting on the bill.
Oh, the handwriting.
But I get it. If everybody is a transplant because everybody else got wiped out, but I wanted like some confirmation that her information was correct. But that's fine. Zith loves his money.
You probably don't remember as a player, but your character might remember that there was a painted triptych above the counter
Absolutely remember.
at the peculiarity shop.
Yep.
That's the only time that you've ever really heard Swords of Leilon used. There was a red-bearded dwarf on that. There was a dark-skinned warrior woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then a third whose portrait had faded out with age.
Yeah. I think we saw the warrior woman during an encounter at the Tower of Thalvar, if I remember correctly.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, she was the woman who jumped off.
Yep. Okay. We're definitely, yep, cool.
So we found
But
out.
no one else in
no,
town knows anyone.
Yeah, we also found out the town honors deaths accrued by the dead, like by the post-mortem residents of the town. So that's doing a lot for future town politics.
Zith would message. He'd start casting he looks like he's doing a little spell thing, but trying to be quiet about it. Zith would message Kineas, who's across the room. Should we tell them about what we saw? Because we haven't told them that, right? Like we haven't told them about our vision yet. Yeah.
Are we going to tell them the whole story, or?
Well, that's what I'm asking Kineas.
I think we should.
If we should.
Yeah, I think we should.
Tell them what happened in the meeting we had with Lord Neverember.
All right, then I'm gonna message you to say then you do it.
So I once again give the download of here's what happened with Lord Neverember, and we also got a vision about a Gnawbone destroying the town.
Oh, you're going to tell her that? That
Yeah,
there's a possibility that there's a.
I'm going to say that we got information that the local dragon in the crypt garden might be riled up, so we need to stop it. Need to interfere with that. Just tell them, there might be a dragon problem soon.
Okay, so Valdi Estepar is a little upset by that. She says, well, that would be horrible, especially that part about only half of Marigold being still hanging out of the dragon's mouth. That was horrible. I can't believe you told that to everybody.
I did. I tell them these sanitized.
You heartless man.
Okay, come on. We all know that. I was a sanitized version of a dragon's coming. We all don't freak out. And Lord Neverember is going to be sending some soldiers to help reinforce the guard.
Okay, good. That sounds like it's important. It sounds to me like this is of the utmost urgency. We don't know when this green dragon will attack, but I know of her. She's an ancient dragon.
I mean, I've heard a little bit, especially the eating people bit, but any other rumors about things she might like? Brandy, a specific type of jewelry.
I can't imagine a dragon that old needing anything. You don't understand. This dragon has been around for thousands of years.
Why would it want to destroy Leilon?
probably because
I
of
don't
that.
know, but I doubt she would have a difficult time of it if she put her mind to it.
Well, it's obvious to all of us that she can do it if she wanted to. Just why? It's the big why. And who did we see in the mouth of her again?
Marigold, this one right here.
Does she react to this? Does it bother
No.
her? Or...
No, because he didn't tell that part of the
We
story.
didn't say it. I was
I
going
was
to
just-
say.
I was
Zip
teasing
is
him.
like,
Oh,
shut
okay.
up, process.
Oh,
Shut up, process. Don't say it.
no, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
And we
he's
saw
not
you.
yelling about it.
At least half of you. We saw half of you.
You were held in contempt, right?
Yeah, no, we are not those kind of people. Or at least I'm not letting us be those people.
I think what we should just say that we're going to go check this out and see its valid. How valid is it? Is it a scare tactic that someone brought upon us, or
Why? Why would anyone do that?
I don't know. It's a good question. Why did the dead keep coming to this town too? Why? There's a lot of whys here.
Zip would ask the council if they knew if Galileo is still in the tower.
Yes. Yes, he's still working away.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel that if there was a temple to Kasuth here, we could solve a lot of problems.
Okay.
I roll my eyes like that has nothing to do with this situation.
It's like all I can say is that
You could
You
light
know
that
what?
poison gas on fire.
yeah. This has something to do with the origins of the town too.
Yeah, it feels like past and future are connected. But... I mean, so yeah, I think we're gonna take a few days to recover, and then we'll have
Yeah.
a few days at max to recover, and then we'll head out to Crypt Garden.
Yeah, you can delete that token, that Oz's token that's outside of the building. Yeah. I dragged both of those tokens in, and I have full access to them. Didn't realize we could do that.
Oh. I must have given you the ability to do that because
Yeah.
of your familiars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, now what? Anything you want to do before you're
No,
What time?
Definitely
What
s-
time is it?
gonna it's like midday, late in the afternoon. So you're gonna stay the night and head out in the morning?
oh yeah, oh no, definitely. I think we need to.
Get some home cooking?
Yeah, we need to get a lot of bacon, and I want to get some more potions of healing, greater healing. We have 1,000 gold pieces here. We should stock up.
I want to look into Crypt Garden, just more specifically what sort of environment it is. Like if we're traveling through deep forest, so we need any kind of special supplies, stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to go find out if there's a crypt forest expert.
And
I mean,
especially if we hear any rumors about Naba.
and we would know about crypt forest a little bit, I would think, being that we grew up in Anvil. At least Ezra and I.
Sure.
Okay.
You would know something of it, for sure. So here is a picture of Crypt Garden Forest from recent pop culture. Part of it, at least.
So spider is one of the things you're going to be dealing with. Giant spiders.
Either that I have a very bad iron problem, a lot of iron in the soil, or that red.
I hope that's an iron problem, not an excess of iron in the soil and not blood.
Ah, that's not blood. We bleed green on this planet.
If
don't know,
movies
but
are to be trusted, there's probably a hole in the ground that leads to the Underdark.
The
That's not
orifice?
that surprising.
You call it the orifice?
I'll go last.
The orifice? I'll go last.
So,
Are there any potatoes there?
The Underdark orifice. Rejected names: hole, pit, mouth, sinkhole, and shaft.
Somebody says the orifice.
Okay.
So anyway, I definitely want to get at least 2. I already have 1 potion of greater healing. We could afford
Okay.
2 of them. I mean, at least I can afford 2 of them, even with just the. So what do you guys think? We probably need a temple.
not. I mean, you can build one if you want to spend the money, if you have the money for it, obviously. But
It's in the morning. He's making all the bacon for everyone. He's burning it. He's like, like this is
bacon.
burned bacon. Who wants bacon undercooked?
I turned to Ezra. Remind me why we allow Ozzy to cook us breakfast every morning.
Ezra would just shake his head and be like, "I'm just thankful that I can eat something, even if it's burnt every time."
Zith walks in and goes, "Who burnt that log? That's not log. That's homemade bread." He starts slicing it up.
That weird, relation of why do we let him cook all the time again? Oh yeah, none of us can cook. That's why.
Yeah. Sparky's
Both-
eating up all that bacon.
Both Zith and this player loves burnt bacon in real life, so I'm all about that. What part of town are we in, Jim? Are we at the dock?
No, we should be home.
This is at the dock where
Yeah.
the
Where-
current map
yeah.
is. Yep.
Yeah.
But we're going home to have a night
Correct.
to rest. Okay. I do back Oz's idea of maybe replenishing some supplies. Is there anything that Zith or any of us would know that might, outside of potions of healing, that might be useful against a dragon or useful against this cloud, the stinking cloud that accompanied her? Is there anything we should be looking for?
If we want to take the time, we can head it back to past Neverwinter and go. There's a temple in the mountains there where a friend of mine has I want to say a glaive of dragon slaying.
Well, okay,
When you
that's a
find
good.
that.
You
And
bring
you
up a
didn't
really
take
good.
it? And you didn't take it? Caneas, come on.
Hey Jim, there's 2 Ezras on the map, one inside, one outside.
Hey, we'd already
Ezra.
killed 2 dragons. Who would think we were going to the old ass dragon in the forest? I mean,
All right, thanks.
I do that on purpose without good reason.
No. I don't think we have time to go to Neverwinter and come back. We don't know when this is going to happen, but
Never. I mean, it's actually a little longer probably. Neverwinter.
Wait,
We had
so
a time of freezing mountain.
hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think the first thing we should do is go to Thornhold. Because that's where we're going to, right? Close to Anvil, where we grew up.
No.
is that where we're going?
No, are we going to the Desarian River?
No. That's too far south.
We're just heading straight down the highway.
Yeah, it's right. It's like go to the Mirror of Dead Men and bang left. That's what it looked like on
Right,
the map.
yeah, so we're going down the Mirror of Dead Men, and then we're making a left way before Thornhold then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right after where the Sword Mountains hit the road. It looked like it was just
See where
a left.
that little
Cryptic
green spot
Forest.
says mountain. You know, where the word mountain hit the green spot. That's where we're heading.
Is it? And I don't know, Jim, if we've taken a long rest or we're about to, but eventually, before we head south, Zith at least would want to go talk to Galio because he's pretty convinced that he's the only person in many square miles that could be of help with such an intense event that might be upon us.
So we're going to Hope House first, right?
What's happening?
So I'm looking at the map on Forgotten Realms.fandom
Oh.
of the Cryptic Garden Forest.
Yeah, it's like it's right south of us into the.
Right, I see that. And then the
Yeah,
map isn't very good.
It's definitely not far.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it looks like, is it the Hulk House? Is where we, right before that, making the left? The ruins of the Invar Tower, Cryptic Garden Forest. And where are we looking at the same map?
Are you looking at a really old looking map, like it was out of first
Yeah.
edition D&D?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is there any sort of supplies that would be useful to, that we can think of for just getting through the forest? I mean, like, this is more just mundane supplies than magical. Because I'm assuming we're going to, like, if not deep jungle, very deep forest. So.
Yeah, it's an old growth forest.
Like, do we know what sort of monsters live there? Or, are there any sort of dangerous animals that local rangers could tell us about?
Sure, there's all kinds of things.
All kinds of things that we're going to be running into.
Like, how much bug spray do we need? How much anti-venom?
Yeah, so it's an old growth forest, so it definitely has all the foresty things. I have a lot of random monsters to choose from.
I'm most scared of deer ticks, but you can throw whatever you want at us.
This copy image. This is the worst monster that you know of there.
Did you put it somewhere?
I'm putting it in the chat in the VTT.
Is that what we're going to find?
That is exactly what you're going to find.
No.
Are you talking about the trees? Like, are those trees?
Look in the
It's
chat.
like poison ivy?
Look in the chat.
I'm looking in the chat.
Look in the VTT. See a big
Yeah, I'm
green
looking.
dragon?
I was
giant
looking at
dragon.
the trees, and I thought the problem we were having is the trees on either side of that.
On either side of the dragon? Right.
Yeah, I thought that was the
Some
problem.
don't have leaves, so that's a
I
problem.
can see that. Are the birds going to be an issue? I mean, there's a lot of bird crap.
Get slippery.
So, do we know what kind of breath the green dragons have?
Poison gas.
Okay.
Shocker. I would elbow you and be like, remember the dream.
Hey, we just saw something. I didn't know what it was. So
This would be like shit.
can we find any sort of So if we look around the town, can we find some sort of like potions of anti-poison or poison resistance or something?
Maybe. Yeah. Sure.
Or some
So-
breathing apparatus that would allow us to breathe with the like in the fog. Pre-scuba gear.
A charcoal, mask, pretty much, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Seems like you might be able to use the cloak of the manta.
For one person. I like that idea a lot. Let's go to what's his face's shop and see if he has something that might be able to help.
Oh yeah, let's go to the oddity shop.
Yeah.
I agree.
If not, maybe we can but if not, we'll see if we can bug Gallia to give us something.
I'm definitely going to stop by and talk to him, like, because he has stuff that could be useful, and if the option is if I can get him to just believe the vision that we were gifted, maybe that curmudgeon-y, would help us out.
I don't think the problem is getting him to believe the vision. I think it's getting him to care.
But I mean, this thing may destroy the tower that he's literally been in for days. Hopefully he can believe that. Like if, he has not been willing to help so far.
Because he's a chump.
He's just curmudgeon-y.
He is miserly and stuck in his way.
Well, let's go to the oddity shop first. That's a good first stop.
Okay. So,
And unless Ozus and Ezra want to go, like they can stay here and just mine shop and cook and do whatever they want. Like we all four don't need to go if they want to stay and rest up.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
The only thing I'm going to want to get so far, from what I can see, I think we should at least have each of us maybe 3 potions of healing. We've got the money now. We should spend it.
Did we ever get the money from the quest in our purses?
on the party sheet, you can move it from there
Oh, okay.
for sure.
So we head to the oddity shop.
How much are we splitting up the gold? 250 each?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir.
My lights are all screwed up. I'm gonna reload my VTT. All right. So, what level are you?
Hold on. So is anybody in the party sheet right this second? Because I can give everybody but me the money.
I just jumped out since you said it. I was about to move it over. If you're gonna move it over,
Yeah, I'll give you the money, Zeth. So 250.
Okay, yeah, 250, and I'm gonna confirm, and then I'll give Ozus 250. Offer
So
currency.
you're all level 9.
Kineas.
I'm only level
Yeah,
8.
we're-
Oh yeah, level that man up. Give him some spells.
yeah.
And Ezra, did I give you money yet?
You did not.
Okay. Kineas and Ozus, you got money, right?
Yeah.
Right now I've got money.
Great. Okay. Party sheet. Weirdly, it's showing $500 left, but hopefully we figure that out.
All right, got it. Thank you.
So, who wants to be 10th level? Now that you've
I
completed
do.
this.
Everyone.
Yeah.
I would love to just be level 9 before I get
okay.
to 10.
Well,
Move 'em up to
more
10.
than anyone here.
I think you
Ezra
missed
would like to be
leveling to
10th
9.
level.
Yeah.
I think you missed
think-
leveling up
Yeah.
not because you're absent, but because I don't think you knew what you wanted to do for it, and so you probably just held off. I think that was a while ago. It was like
quite
months ago.
possibly.
Yeah. So you are welcome to level up twice. If you want help doing it, you can consult with anyone you like. I'll be happy to help you.
And there's
We
plenty of
can
videos. Yeah,
we
there's a ton of
can
videos.
do a level up all together right now, if you want to, or we can save it for what happens between adventures.
I would
Eh,
I want to level up and not right away. I want to look at what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Or is there any?
I know exactly what I'm doing. So everything but hit points, I need some time to, write something down so I can get that DM inspiration.
Oh, it's too late. You can't use DMI right now. So I'll tell you what,
Oh, yeah,
let's just go ahead and you can level up between sessions, but I want you to roll your hit points in the VTT right now.
Sure.
Wait, so you might have
an
to
8.
guide us. You might have to guide us through that. It's been a long time since I've done this.
That's okay. So for your hit points, your hit die is
I'm a D6.
Yeah, so you just need to roll a D6.
And then
We
you
just wanna
do
see
all
what-
of the math.
No, I'll show you how to do it in D&D Beyond.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll
hang on
a
a second.
D6. An
We just want to get the
awesome,
rolls.
wizardly, squishy
The rolls in
D6.
front of everybody.
Yep. D6.
Hang on.
Such garbage.
Linda's-
Come on.
A 6.
Bam! There we go.
Wow. So an 8 and a
Nice.
6.
That's at least
remind
one.
me as
that's
well.
at least
How do
one-
I know what I would roll?
So a cleric, I think they're D8.
They are D8.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now.
Unless you want a multi-class, my good man.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think to do multi-class.
I'm gonna multi-class, but not.
Gonna be a full cleric, man. Especially now that Moradin has entrusted him with the dwarf father's.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dwarf
Verdict?
Verdict is pretty badass.
So it's a D8,
That's
right?
all
A
How
D-
do you like it?
Do you want to tell everyone what it does?
Yeah, so it's +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. I also, in addition to the normal 1d10 bludgeoning damage, I also get an additional 1d10 of radiant damage, and plus 2d10 against natural enemies of dwarves, so orcs, goblins, drow, droger, and giants. And there's also 3 different things. Moradin's Balance. Whenever I hit an enemy, I can use a bonus action to heal a creature within 30 feet. The healed creature regains hit points equal to the damage dealt to the enemy. If the attack roll is a 19 or 20, it counts as a crit. And the healed creature regains hit points equal to twice the damage dealt. There's also Dwarf Father's Rally, where if I strike a friendly creature, instead of doing damage, I would heal that amount instead. I can also, as a bonus action, combine a healing spell that, if the healed creature is still below 50% of their total hit points after the hammer also casts Sanctuary until the end of their next turn. And then the last one is Soul Forge. Once per day, anyone who is touching the hammer when it's held to the sky will have their souls sealed against and being immune to fear and fear-based events by the blessings of Moradin. And then there is, it says, a 20% chance that it will not work on a non-dwarf. That lasts for an hour. So it's pretty beefy.
Wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Right?
Hold on. Read
Yeah.
the fear piece again. Read that fear piece again. What?
So once per day, anyone who is touching the hammer when it's held up to the sky, so preferably, I guess, before a fight starts.
Yeah.
Or
Thor.
right as it starts.
Thor style. Love it.
As long as I don't roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on a d20, anyone touching the hammer is immune to fear and fear-based effects
Oh,
for 1
So
hour.
good. So good.
Wait, can that work on more than one person? Because
No, it's only once per day. That's the problem.
Yeah, once per day,
Yeah, but I'm
all who are touching the hammer. So anyone
Yeah,
who's next to me, pretty much. Yep.
yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh,
That could really help since we're about to fight a dragon, and dragons have a fear effect thing.
can we get a DM ruling on that before we think we're all hot? You know what? So if we're near this thing and we all pointed at the sky every
No.
morning after
Once per day,
after,
he can hold it up to the sky, and everyone around him can also hold on to
Okay.
it, right?
Yeah.
So in other words, it would only support a certain number of people, all
Yeah.
crowding in together. You
Yeah.
couldn't do it to a whole army,
No, but all four of us is fine.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. So you all hold it, and as he holds it up to the sky, he summons this Soul Forge ability, and
Yeah.
for the next hour,
1 hour.
everyone, you
Okay.
can do it once per day, and for the next hour, you are immune to fear and fear-based effects,
Love that.
unless you are a not dwarf, and then you have to roll a d20, and on a 1 through 4 or 20%,
Yep.
you do not gain this benefit.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. So
Okay, so that's +8. That's max on
Yeah, but
your
what-
dice.
so
All
what
right,
do I?
so in D&D
Hold
Beyond,
up.
if you want to do it in D&D Beyond,
Yep.
then
Right.
you open your character up and you go to the anvil up at the top right to... Actually, you probably can do it without that. Hold on a second. Let me just go to characters.
So,
All right.
yeah, you know, believe this what just happened. I got when I leveled up. So I finally got my 3rd rune. And this one, I chose the hill rune, which gives me resistance to poison.
Oh, so good.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm
also-
just wondering.
Yeah. So when you go to build your character, it has
Yeah.
a manage HP button.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I'm
you
asking.
click that. And then
Mhm.
under rolled HP, take the number you have there and add the new number you rolled. So
Yeah.
it's only the face of the dice are going to go into that rolled HP box. The rest of the modifiers from your con and feats and
Automatically
whatever
go.
else you get, those will be calculated automatically. So you just want to change the rolled HP by adding your 8, 6, or 8 to it. Okay?
I'm gonna
And then-
level up first, so there's no weirdness.
And then we
Um,
come in here and do the D&D Beyond. To update
Yeah,
it.
and then we'll resync your character across.
Okay. This is fun.
So I like the Dwarf Father's Rally, Tad, where you hit someone else with the hammer.
Yeah, instead of dealing damage, I like that. That's cool.
You have to hit him with the hammer.
Just gonna be, I'm
like,
just gonna
get
be
up.
swinging that thing constantly. Everyone's getting hit with it.
I initially called that get up, but and this guy called it Dwarf Father's Rally. So when you strike a friendly creature, you have to whack him with the hammer and roll damage, but that heals them that amount
Goes them
instead.
Yep.
And if that amount is not enough to bring them above 50%, it also then casts Sanctuary on them for that lasts till the end of their next turn.
That's so
So that-
cool.
That stops people from attacking them.
Yep.
Hey, Jim, could you remind me? So I leveled up. I'm in managed hit points.
Yeah.
And do I just change the rolled HP to whatever
Yeah.
it is?
So you
Okay,
have a number
got
in
it.
there right now, right? What is that?
Yeah, I'm turning it to from 50 to 56.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Okay.
Oh.
I probably have some more spells I could prepare.
You
I
don't,
probably
you
have,
don't need to add any modifiers. Those will get added automatically.
probably have to do some math.
Pseudo barbarian.
Ugh.
Oh, you might like this. I got an ability called Runic Shield. When another creature you can see within 60 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you use your reaction to force the attacker to re-roll. And use the new roll.
Ooh, that's
It
sexy.
gives me a chance to crit. I like it.
I also get I'm like I'm now a non-raging barbarian. You know, I take half damage to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage.
There you go.
Which is
Cool.
perfect for me.
Hey, I think I'm updated. There we
Gotta
go.
Figure out.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
updated. I'm ready to go.
So you just need to resync it back into.
No, I already synced it to D&D Beyond. Yeah.
Oh, okay, back into Forge. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to double check and everything. So
Yeah.
proficiency is 4.
So by the time we finish this season, which might be by the end of the year, depending, might be January, depending on just how fast you guys are. At the end of the season, you will level to 11. But you'll have a dragon to go talk to between now and then. And
Very likely to die.
some other things. Yeah. Now that's an ancient dragon. She's not kidding around.
So yes, do not fight the damn thing unless we really, really want to die.
So, anything else you want to do before you leave town and head that direction?
We definitely want to go to the Audi shop. Yeah.
No, we definitely want to get. We need some greater potions of healing. Is that where we're going to get them at the oddity shop?
No, you get those at the. There's you can buy potions either at the shrine to Timora, which is in the city square, or you can probably get them from Marigold Brightshine at the Lathander's church.
Okay. I'll go to the church.
Okay. Just to make sure that you still see her in one whole piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
We didn't tell her about the chewing up part.
No, but you can't
Okay.
get that out of your head. That was pretty
Nah, yeah,
vivid.
yeah.
That was vivid.
Yeah.
That was unnecessarily vivid.
But you know, I wouldn't mind if we go to the curiosity shop. I wouldn't mind to see if there's any kind of magic things that we have that can increase my intelligence. I need a brain.
If only
And I
had
need
a brain.
wisdom.
I need a brain.
I need a
Okay,
better brain.
and then you're gonna go see Gallia. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
So
let's do that. All right. So first
Okay.
scene, Peculiarity Shop. That's just right around the corner from your HQ. All right, so you go wandering in there, and Aubrey is in there. Well, how's it going? You find
I walk by and
adventures?
I do the two flames. I do like a little dance. I said, we're doing great.
Oh, twin flames. I've heard about that. They say it's
Yeah,
a cult.
so have I. It's an experience. When you have two flames.
Well, how can I help you?
I need a brain.
Oh, I don't
I
know
need
if
some.
we can
I
find any
need
of
some.
that.
Yeah, I need some brain power.
Okay, and I'm supposed to help you with that in what way?
Okay. I was thinking, I don't know, something
I-
that I could put around my neck, on my head, weave it in my horns,
Open up your skull and
put on my skull.
shovel it in there. All right, well,
We live in a medieval world, but we have cloning.
go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Do you see it?
I'm looking.
It says 13.
Okay. Nope, he hasn't found anything that will help you with that. He does have an interesting set of game board pieces. They're intricately carved, and he'll sell it to you. It's like chess, right? It's like dragon chess. And he says, "Oh, I found this. You can have that for 50 gold if you like."
I'm not really good at this game. This is where all of the whole idea of the game is to protect all the pawns.
Right, that's probably not for you then.
So he walks
Like,
through.
if you learn to play it, it might help your intelligence a little bit. A little bit.
Is it like a magic chessboard?
I don't think so, but might help your intelligence some to learn it.
How much is it?
50 gold.
50 gold for a game that's going to improve my intelligence?
Well, if you get good at it.
Then I look at this. Anyone?
You know,
I look at the
the
group. Does anyone play-
grandmasters play this game. They can think so many moves ahead. I've seen one in Neverwinter that he played like 20 people at the same time. He just kept walking around in a circle, making his moves. He beat all of them. He's pretty smart.
I used to just the old men played this in the park.
Oh, this guy.
So- It's amazing to me in this world. There's a lot of Slavic people that brought over chess. And Ozus doesn't even know where that thought came from. Okay, I'll buy for. Let's get them. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Do I hand you the gift
You can just
currency?
delete it. No, just delete it. And then it's
Hang on a
a.
second. Come here. Oh, Baghdadi. Baghdad wants to be in the No, what are you doing?
Let's see.
Okay, just come on, Baghdad. Sweetie, slow down.
So these are just like chess. We'll call it like a chess set. And
Okay.
let's see if I have one of those already in Foundry. Chess. Yeah, dragon chess set. I'll give that to you.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, in your inventory.
Okay. I can hear you guys. I just have to.
Yep. All right. Anybody else? Who is that? The scene we wanted to play out there? Are we done there?
No, I wanted to ask, do you have any potions of poison resistance?
Okay, roll a d20.
Okay. 17.
He says, actually, I don't have any potions. Not at all. However, I do have these lovely glass spheres. They're used to help float nets out in the swamp. Well, the marsh, you know. Maybe out on the sea.
That's all they're good for?
Well, some people might use them for decoration, but
I'm sorry, I was leveling up my character and picking spells. I missed what Oz has got, but it seems like there's no potions here, right? He doesn't have any of that.
don't have any potions. You might try down at the town square. Sometimes they've got potions, depending on the merchants that come through town. I like to go poke around sometimes. They have interesting things as well, but they've got to be pretty peculiar in order for me to put them in this shop. I mean, I can't be I can't be sullying the name of the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any scrolls per chance?
Don't generally deal in scrolls, but why don't you go ahead and roll me a d20 and I'll tell you what I can find.
Okay.
That's a crazy thing for the shopkeep to say.
That's right.
Oh, okay. No scrolls.
Well, I'll
No
tell you what to
scrolls for
do.
you.
There's no scrolls, but I might have something.
No scrolls for you.
So roll a d100 now.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. You should play Call of Cthulhu.
80. That's a bad roll in Call of Cthulhu. Don't you roll under?
Yeah, that's exactly. It was a good roll.
It was an 80. That's I see what you're saying. It's a good roll for me. No scrolls, but I do have this bronze pentacle with an etching of a rat's head in the center. Only 10 gold. I mean, it's just bronze. It's just bronze.
Yeah. I think I'm good, but thank you again. You've always been so helpful.
Do you want to try it on? Do you want to maybe try it on and
Sure.
see how it looks?
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
Okay. All right. So when you put a cursed item on, no, I'm kidding. All right, if you put it on, it shows you this dirty mirror. It just, it hangs a little low on you because you're kind of short.
Yeah.
But
have you ever thought about changing professions to a bard? I put that on, and, good natural good looks. I can see it.
Is there some lying potion that you drank? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I take the thing off. I give it back to him. I said, "Oh yeah, it just doesn't fit right." But thanks so much.
Okay. Change your mind. Might not be here, but you're welcome to check back.
Thanks so much. What did Ozus get? Sorry, I was deep in
Dragon chest.
Dragon
Got
chest.
it. Okay. Cool. Okay. Ozus, did you ever figure out what that little scroll on your Hellhound was?
No.
Oh.
You can't read it?
No, that's why I need the intelligence.
No, you just need our friend. Our friend.
Okay, then Sparky, he goes, here, could you read this from Sparky? He unrolls it. He goes, it's heads or tails for me. I can't remember.
By a servant of the god of writing. What does it say?
I don't know.
Doesn't say anything.
This is gibberish.
There are a bunch of flame-looking symbols.
So
it's not any. It's kind of like the stuff Galio has, right?
Maybe.
That's something I can't read either, which is weird.
So we'll just put it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
This is totally gibberish.
Yeah, that's okay. That we can keep the total gibberish.
I mean,
It's like something you would find in fortune cookies.
It's the lottery numbers. It's the Leilon lottery.
The chessboard and the fortune cookies that take out Chinese food in the world.
Right.
Although you might want to show this to Galio, actually. I mean, that's his whole thing is
Okay,
deciphering undecipherable language.
Okay, we'll show it to him, see if he sees anything in it.
Okay, so you head over to Galio's next, over to the tower.
No, I thought we haven't left yet.
You haven't been to Galio's yet.
Oh, okay.
You were at the peculiarity shop.
Peculiar shop. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go off and see the wizard.
All right. Well, Zith, you're leading the way on that one. What are you thinking?
Yeah. So we're gonna march up there. Probably say hi to the guards. We haven't seen them in a while. Hopefully they've heard, of our exploits, at least that we're trying out here. And we asked to see the old man. Like where is Galileo spending his time now? We need his counsel. We feel that the town is to whoever is guarding the door, if there was anybody there.
Okay. So yeah, you can talk to the guards. They tell you that that Galileo is working today, and he's been on the top floor all day.
Is he, before we go in and see him, is he in any different mood when he spent his time in a specific library or on a specific floor? Have you
Is he in a
noticed that?
particular mood?
Yeah, like if he's on the bottom floor, say for the whole day, is he in a better mood than if he's in on the second floor or the top floor? Have you noticed anything? I'm trying to, this castle has a lot of history. We've had some weird things happen to us here, so I was wondering if you've noticed any change in his behavior.
No, he's still basically the same. He works a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
we don't think much about it, but he's I don't know. He works when he works. He works.
Well, okay. If it's okay with you, we're going to go up and see him. We desperately need his help, or at least his counsel if he can't help.
Okay.
And we'll march up. Not in a rush, not like we're banging around. We'll figure out where he's at, and if he's behind the door, we'll politely knock and wait for him to come out. If he's in sort of a room with no door, we sort of tap and try and get his attention. Ask him if he could spare a few moments for us.
Okay. So you go climbing up, and the stairs go up and up and up, and you end up on the top floor, and you go in there, and there is a thrumming. Do you remember what the tower looks like? You want me to pull it back up for you?
Yeah, if you could.
So this is the old tower. It's not the fixed one. So you'll have to imagine it fixed, but this is the map, right? So way up on the 4th floor, this is where you really fought. Between the 3rd and the 4th floor is where you fought those Starforged creatures that came from another world and all that kind of stuff. But
is this the 4th floor? Is this the 4th floor?
No, that's the 1st floor. So
which is the 4th?
Way over here. I'm trying to ping. Oh, I'm the wrong tool.
It's one of the things that traumatized me.
Ping
Yeah.
here.
So a good friend
Here.
died.
This is where what's his name got ripped to shreds
Mm-hmm.
after he had the book or whatever. He had something, and he got ripped to shreds. Yeah.
Oh, our bard friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is this whole floor is complete.
Yeah.
And in the center there is a structure of some sort, and it actually goes almost all the way to the top of the coned ceiling on this tower, and it's thrumming. It has this weird mechanical kind of, sort of like the sound of machinery, and sort of like this thrumming sound that is a deep, deep, deep bass. Like if you had a subwoofer, you'd be feeling the boom, 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 right? Like Pacific Rim's music. It goes boom, right? Boom. It's almost like that. So you don't see Galileo anywhere.
I'll call out, Mr. Galileo. Are you up here?
There's no answer. Just the.
Can we inspect this? It's a
Yeah.
cylindrical. Yeah, let's
Yes,
go take a
it
look
is kind of
at it.
a cylinder that goes up, and it's got some patterns kind of on it. It goes up for most of the floor, so it almost goes up 20 feet, and it kind of just goes up to the roof itself, to
Yeah.
the top of the cone, and it does have these little appendages of like metal or whatever that come out at right angles and then kind of angle different directions as well. Think of it almost like antennas or something, right? Maybe just to trigger that image in your mind. And otherwise, it just constantly makes this sound. Boom, boom.
Is there anything? Yeah.
What's what?
I just was thinking character like it says his hands are reduced. Like, what is this thing?
It's not super loud per se. It's just really deep. Like you can feel it as much as you can hear it, right?
And did we hear it from the bottom floor? Is it like a cylinder that goes up all of the floors, or just this floor? As far as
This
we could
is
tell.
where you weren't sure what, hard to tell what it was before, but from here, definitely, this is the source of the sound. You may have heard it a little bit on the third floor. So it's not super loud, but it definitely is present. It's present.
Yeah. And we searched the room, and there's no sign of our wizard friend. Yeah.
Correct.
So I would suggest to the guys that we split up and everybody take a look on a floor, or we all go together and we make a quick run and we see if we missed him on some other floor. Maybe he went to the bathroom or went to a different library or something.
Yeah. And don't forget
Okay.
the room behind the rubble.
Do we find him?
Well, there's no more rubble, right? Like that's all gone. Like this is
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all.
fixed up.
So we're basically going throughout the whole tower calling his name.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're looking in his quarters, like what used to be Thalavar's quarters. He may have moved in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
before we do that, you said there were symbols on it. Are there anything I could read?
They seem to be magical symbols.
So I could read them. I just can't understand.
Right, I guess. They don't really have
Definitely
any
if
meaning
there's-
to you. Similar to the flame symbols on Ozus's paper, they don't really have any meaning. You can clearly make out what it is, but you don't know what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, as if we'd start to look, of course, if there's any statues with a rune that I could etch, I'd be very excited about doing that. But I'm sure that my friends would stop me from exploring my magical etcher's kit.
Oh yeah, the moment you make a step towards one of those damn statues, I grab you by the back of the collar and pull you back.
But it can't happen again. It can't
It
happen
will
again.
happen again. There is no evidence it would not happen again.
Chicken. Okay, fine.
I am not chicken. I have learned my lesson.
We keep on looking for the wizard or any sign of him.
Yeah, you don't really see anything. I mean, you've peeked into his personal quarters. He's not there. You head over to other parts of the library. Those statues are still there. Do you want to fix any of the
Oh, of
etched
course.
out symbols that are on those?
I'd be pulling out my engraver skin and walking towards it, and I'm sure that my big friend would just grab me and pull me back. Yep.
Yeah, grab him by the back of the collar and I'll yank him back.
Okay.
No, we're starting doing this shit again.
Well, I think we should maybe tell some of the guards that Galilio's gone. I would think they'd be worried.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they can help us find him.
Well, I'm sure he'll show up.
You don't think one of those star things got him, do you?
What
What
star
star
thing?
thing?
Gone.
What star thing?
Those horrible outer worldly monsters that the ghost summoned?
I don't think I was
One
here
that
for
would
that.
be-
Was I here for that? I remember
Yeah,
the
what
stone
killed
statues.
that's what killed Luthia. One of those. They were thinking.
Right.
Yeah, you don't think one of those things would still be around and got him, do you?
I don't know, man. They've been working on this place for a long time and didn't seem like any of the guards were freaked out that we were going inside or being near here. I mean, you would think if that thing was going nuts, like they'd, be a little bit, I don't know,
The guards were kind
scared
of
or.
freaked out before. They weren't freaked out about you guys wandering through, but they were freaked out by
Yeah.
weird ghost things happening, like the
Yeah,
tower
but
was
back
haunted.
then, like not when we saw, not when we just saw them now, right? They seem
Right? No, they
just
seem
speaking
like it's
like
fine. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem
maybe,
like bored like this is a normal day.
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
the guards are
he's a
shit. They would have told us it had happened.
he's a big wizard, probably. So, I mean, yeah, not probably. He's a big wizard. So, I'm sure that he'll be able, he'll be fine. And if he'll sound the alarm or something if he needs help. I'm sure.
No.
But if he needs help, not sure we're the right guys to help him, unless it's just to do some heavy lifting or,
It could be
guard
trapped under a
something.
rock for all we know.
Trapped under a rock? No, not trapped under a rock. I think he's.
You don't know
he'll
that.
be- Well, neither do you. So there.
Wait, what? What did they say?
Well, Kanea's just tried to say you don't know what happened. I mean, he's like, well, neither
Oh.
do you. So
Okay. Okay. Look, guys, let's get it together. This isn't a competition.
do you think
Yeah.
he's the easiest guy to work for?
No, look.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I would whisper. I think he's a.
what
really
are the
kind of
odds? What are the
D-bag.
odds Neverwinter would send someone worse than him if he stopped doing the job?
I don't know how Neverwinter works.
It depends on the local politics at the time.
So I mean, even if he did wander off somewhere, what's the downside? I'm not saying this to anybody,
I mean,
and I will deny it if anybody.
no, I get it. I don't. He's not the warmest, cuddliest person ever, but
He's not
the
a
most
bad.
powerful-
Look, let me be clear. He's not a bad guy. He just is. He's not real social.
He's a curmudgeon. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I
Yeah.
tried to learn stuff from him. He didn't help me, but look, we
But
think
that means he does
something-
curmudgeon damage, right?
curmudgeon. Yeah. It's like a combination of annoyance and apathy. I don't know what those two dice are, but look, we think something bad's going to go down. He is a guy who could maybe help us make sure that literally everybody here doesn't die in a cloud of poison gas very soon, including you. So if you could help us find him, that would be great.
Okay. Well, we'll start looking for him, see if we can find him.
All right.
You know what he's working up on the 4th floor?
I don't know. He spends a lot of time up there. He's doing, that research stuff. He's researching. I don't know. He's trying to figure out what this tower was used for. So I don't know. How am I supposed to know that? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are here a lot, right? Like, where do you guys sleep? In the tower or?
Yeah. We have we have some other places we can go, like some of the guard towers now. They've got a place. So it just kind of
Yeah.
depends on where there's room,
And nothing weird happens to you at night, right?
No.
Okay.
We dealt
Well,
with
look.
that already.
I would huddle up the guys. I'd say, okay, give us a moment here. I'd huddle up the guys and say, look, why don't you guys go into town, here's some money. There's this. I could use a couple. I could give him 100 gold or whatever. However much 2 potions of healing would be. Like, why don't you guys go do the shopping? I could use 2 potions of greater healing for sure. I'm gonna hang around and make sure that these guys actually look for him. And if I find him, I will tell him what's going on, and hopefully, at least talk him into hearing all of us out together. As I'm not the most, persuasive guy of the group.
I mean, you don't think the guards are right? Probably. I mean, you could have easily just teleported back to Neverwinter, like for some sort of wizard guild meeting or something.
I mean, yeah, you could, but would you leave the car running like you did upstairs? Like we I don't know what that thing is. I mean,
do you think you can turn it off, or is like something that needs to run all the time? I don't know what it is.
I would guess from what I would know, Jim. Like, would I know or assume that thing that was not there the last time we came was of his making? The cylinder that was making the noise?
No, the building looks like it was built for it, but it could have been. I mean, there was a circle there before, so there was something cylindrical prior.
But like he got it working again, or something. Like
he reassembled, figured out how to put it back together again, or something. Yeah.
So
Salamar stuff mentions me about. I'm not sure. Like, remind me again. What did we find out from reading Salamar's journal about what he was up to?
Oh God, Salamar's journal. I forgot about that.
We had copies of it.
That's gonna be Jim being very gracious.
Wasn't nearly as cool as Uluran Mortis's journal.
Not much is, Jim. Not much is.
I mean, we found out what subject he was working on, right?
No, I remember that he was kind of like aimlessly walking around aimlessly in the end in his library, and we never really found out.
Oh, you found his journal.
Yeah, but it was more of his response to the journal.
Yeah, at least me and Viz studied it a little bit. So.
Yeah, but you guys couldn't make heads or tails of it, but he was.
We were like,
right? Is that the way I remember it? Remember in the end? You saw my little note, right? Did it come across? That I'm going to the temple to pick up 2 potions of greater healing?
Nope, I didn't see it, but that's cool.
Oh, it's in the yeah. I guess because our characters aren't in the
I wrote a history check to remember what, like, the contents of the journal, like what Salamar was, what his study was specifically about.
It's a good question. Let me see if you have anything about his journal in the notes. Journal. No. That was from January 24th, 2023. Session number 54. Thala variables in the equation was the name of that episode.
Oh, I tried turning off my sound before I did that. Wow. Sorry.
No problem. I don't see anything. The house on the hill. Looking to see if there's notes in here. No. So let's look here. Thalavar's Tower. House of Thalavar. So the journal entry that you did find said he was performing studies inside the tower using a device called the planar beacon.
Yep.
The light of this artifact drew creatures from across the plains and trapped them inside the tower for him to study.
You guys don't think he reversed the thing, did you? And he's now in the astral plane or something?
It did say that the beacon unearthed a powerful magic item named the Ruin Stone, and Thalavar devoted himself to acquiring it, but whether he found it or not is a mystery. And then the entries stopped there for over 100 years, and then they started up again, but it was mostly just his talking about his dreams. Like in his dreams, weird things are happening. It's like the whole place it's like a dead world. His tower is wrecked in his dreams, and he just has horrible nightmares.
I mean, no one will be stupid enough to try to find something called the Ruin Stone. I mean, the name tells you what you need to know about that.
The name says it all.
Yes.
There is a. I mean, it sounds like Thalavar. I mean, sounds like Galio put at least part of this machine back together.
I am worried about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but we kind of worried about that on our way back.
Yeah.
Or when we get back, I think we should focus on.
Let's get ready for this trip. Yeah, this is right. I think I'll stay here. I'll keep poking around the place and see if I can learn anything, and I'll meet you guys back here in a couple hours or however long it's going to take.
If you see Galio and even you find that he's trying to do anything with something called the Ruin Stone, please try to point out that it's called the Ruin Stone.
I will remind him. He's a smart dude. He's smarter and more powerful than me, as far as I know. But I will also say, I promise you that. I hope I find him. But this is pretty weird that he's not here.
Probably just got a call to come back and teleport to Neverwinter. It's probably nothing serious.
If I'm as Oz is, I mean, as Knaus is saying that, like, with my, 6th level wizard intelligence, knowledge, like, would I think that anybody of Thalavar's level could teleport that far without the use of some other means, like a planar door?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Would need to be,
yeah.
You can't teleport that far.
Yeah, and I've never heard of any other magician doing that. So I would just agree with Knaus and just be like, yeah, that sounds like a plausible plan or excuse. But I'll stay here for a sec, and I'll see you guys back here in a couple of hours.
What are you doing while you're staying there?
So I'm gonna go from floor to floor and really do sort of a deep investigation. Nobody's around. Thalavar's not a cranky balls in the library telling me to get out. So I'm gonna use this time to really go through and see what I can actually find out about this place and what he's been doing since we've been gone. As well as, of course, look for him. I mean, I would like to find him.
Okay.
But while I'm not finding him, I'd like to get some more intel about what he's been doing here if I can.
Sure. Roll and investigate.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Investigation. I'm not shitty at that. Not the worst.
You have Ollie with you, right?
I do. Or I should. I mean, it's not on the thing, but yeah, I should.
You can help act them.
That would be weird. That seems
Now
kind
with
of
an
cheesy.
investigate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like how's she gonna make me think hard or I don't know about that. But
Okay, so with 16, that's still a pretty good roll. It's not bad.
no, it's not shitty.
So you're looking around. Why don't you make a perception roll?
Yep. That I could use her help on. So I am gonna ask her to help me look around.
Okay.
Not bad for my first one. Let me do my second one. I'll take my first one. Okay.
Okay. So you are kind of piecing together some of the facts that this is a light that draws moths, right? That's really what this planar beacon is all about. And then Thalavar and his studies were basically just drawing what he could draw and figuring out what they were. What is this creature? What is this? Right? So from across the plains, he's brought over like different creatures and he's just studying them. And then he found this rune stone and became kind of obsessed with that as opposed to continuing his other studies. So that's you're finding support for that basic storyline in what you're looking around for. There's not a lot here, but this tower was secured. The statues were definitely a security system to keep people out of his books and his notes, keep the place protected. And while you're studying there, your owl starts to freak out, raise the alarm.
Yeah.
And so you quickly snap to, and you see Galileo standing in the doorway.
Oh.
He has his arms crossed, and he's watching you. And what is it you are doing in here?
What floor am I on at this point? Am I on the bottom or am I back on
You
the
could
top?
be on in the library area, probably. Second floor.
That's the first floor. That's the first floor, right?
Second floor. First floor has
thought
the
it was-
guards and the kitchen and all that stuff, right?
I turn to him and I do a deep bow, and I ask Ollie to settle down, and he's a friend. And for my deep bow, I come up and I said, Galileo, it is so great to see you. I have so much to talk to you about. If you'll grant me 10 minutes of your time, I know you're very busy.
And I am quite tired from my work today. So yes, go ahead. We can have some time. Go ahead. What do you want?
Okay. Please sit down. Hopefully there's some chairs.
Yeah.
And I go on to tell him, I know he's a busy guy. He's usually is he his normal gruff, sort of quick self that I remember?
He seems
from a
tired.
few days? Yeah. Okay.
But
So
typical irritated a little bit, kind of. I have better things to do than talking to you.
Yeah. So I get right into it, telling him I don't want to waste his time, but this is what we just went through, and I tell him about the issue with the dragon and the obelisk. Am I saying that right? Obelisk.
Alkalith.
Alkalith, and the succubus, and then the resultant vision of the dragon and the poison gas and the destruction of Leilon. And we've come back here to stave that off. And we really think that, my powers have grown a bit, but they're nowhere close to where you're at, Thalavar. I mean, Galileo. We could really use your help. I don't think any of the guards are going to be much help if this dragon comes to roost here.
I am not sure there is much to be done against an ancient dragon. That would be far more just the magical firepower of a dragon like that, not to mention the breath weapon or, any of those other abilities that dragons have. That
Have you
would
heard
be
of
very
Gnawbone?
dangerous. Old Gnawbone, yes.
That's the dragon.
Logia
And-
Limater, yes.
Yeah. She lives close to here. I mean,
And the Crypt Garden Forest is where she is said to be laired, but I think
Yeah.
that she has not been out much. She is.
Mother Worm, who I referred to, and obviously I told him the story. Mother Worm was also incredulous that she would attack a city like this, but we all clearly saw it. And I worry for the people of Leilon. I worry for the work that you and your team have done here. And is there anything you could think of that could help us stave this off? We are preparing probably for a suicide mission to go towards her lair to see if we can either surprise her, convince her not to do this or something similar. But you are the greatest mage I've ever met in person. Is there nothing you could do?
While my powers are obviously greater than yours, I see you seem to be growing in your knowledge and strength as well, and good for you. I do not think my powers could stand against an ancient green dragon. So,
What's the machine you built upstairs? Did you
that
find a
is-
way to rekindle Thalavar's light?
I have not exactly completed it, but I have discovered some ways that I'm getting closer. It's almost, I feel so close, but I am not sure we are ready to draw creatures into the tower. We don't want to do that. That seemed like his failing was he was bringing them all here, so that does not seem wise. So I have avoided actually turning it on and doing anything to attract creatures.
Well, when we were up there, it sounded like it was on. Is that not
Oh
on?
no, that is just the pulse of the magic. It is not. It is just no. It's nothing.
And what time is it again, Jim? It's like midday, right?
Yeah, or yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, Thalavar, we were all four of us looked for you throughout the whole castle. Where were you?
I was upstairs.
But we looked there and we called your name, and you were.
Well, it could have been I had gone downstairs when you were there. I don't know. Possible.
I mean, do you normally get tired in the afternoon?
I've been working a lot. I don't keep normal hours. I just work until I can't work anymore, and then I rest, and then I go back to work.
Okay, can I do a bullshit roll?
Sure.
I think he's lying. What would you like
Insight.
from me? God damn it. Okay. Well, I've learned nothing from how I assume. Okay. Well,
The gargoyle.
You think that
What?
it's possible, maybe, that, I mean, you got a hunch, but you're not really ready to call him out on it.
yeah. Okay. Well, Galio, if there's anything you could think of that might be of aid, please. My friends are coming back here. I'm gonna poke around your library if that's okay with you. I'm not gonna take
So
anything.
The bronze dragon said that you had a chance if you were quick to possibly change the green dragon's mind. I suggest that be your next course of action. Lomorantos is not a fool.
No, she's not. She's an incredibly powerful being. I'm not
She
sure
is
that's
not as old as Claugili Mater, but she by far is old enough to be wise on this issue. So
yeah, we
seems
are
wise to listen to her and go try to make make some headway with the green dragon. I don't know how you will talk her out of things, but perhaps if you can, like she said, find out what find something the dragon wants and offer a trade, right?
yeah.
Spare Leilon and we'll get you what you want.
Yeah. Do you have any sense of what a dragon like that would want?
No, because each dragon, like each human being or humanoid that you encounter, each has their own goals. So I don't know of anything you could do but simply to ask.
Is there anything of lore or myth that you would know that she might like?
You mean, yeah, so unless there was something that was perhaps secret, like some
Hmm.
secret covet that she had, and you could already come prepared with it,
Yeah.
I do not know of such things, but I could certainly, mm, you know, there's not much in this tower for that, but I could consult with um, my associates in the guild and
Sure.
find out perhaps if there is something that is worthwhile to bring, but I don't know how long that will take.
Yeah. No, I understand. Look, this is clearly the nicest he's ever been to me. So, I thank him graciously for his time. I wish him well, and I'll let him know that we are working quickly, but we will check back before we leave town.
Okay.
And I leave to go find the guys.
All right. All right. So, Ozus, at the temple, you buy the 2 potions. Do you need me to add
Yep.
those to your character sheet, or do you?
Yeah, you could do that. That's the potions of greater
And
healing.
they are greater. So, how much are you paying for those?
What are they going for?
They're expensive.
Everything is expensive once you get more gold.
Yeah. Well, you're also wanting it to heal a lot more. So, potions of greater healing, I think, go for somewhere around. Let's see. We had it once before. 6 potions of greater healing was one of your rewards.
I think they're like 20 silver pieces a piece.
Yeah, sure.
Potion of greater healing is 100. It looks like
100 gold pieces.
It can be up to
300.
300 gold. So,
I'm just
A
looking
piece?
online.
so potion of healing is 50 gold. That's pretty standard. Greater healing gets up there because it rolls 2d4, right? Potion.
44 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's twice. So I would say that it would be easy to say that would be, 100 gold is fine. So that's
Okay.
200 gold.
And Ozus, I give you 200 of my gold to pick up 2 for me too. So
Okay.
you're buying 4, my good man, and I will deduct it from my sheet.
I have 100 gold. Yeah, so then we'll figure it out from there.
So you'll get one potion.
No, there's a total of 4.
Yeah. So
Okay.
400.
2 for me, 2
400.
for Zith.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
but
at
you only
two.
have 100 gold. How are you buying
No.
the second potion?
No, I have
we all should
300
have,
gold.
and we
What?
all should have 250 each.
Yeah, we all should get 250 each.
Oh, okay.
I just took the 200 out.
Oh,
$50, 50 gold points, gold pieces for the chessboard, and
I
200.
gotcha.
I'll have 100 left over.
I have weirdly, Jim, when Kineas gave me the gold, it didn't show up on my sheet. That might be because of some weird, like we leveled up after that. So I'm just going to put the remainder in my inventory, which is 52. And I should have two of the greater healings as well,
Okay, you do.
if I need them.
And Ozus, you have 2 as well. All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So I have a total of 3.
Do you?
Yeah, 1 from previous, and then 2 that I just picked up.
Yeah. So do you have 3 on your sheet? Just make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know
cool.
why the ones that you give me don't have the little graphic.
It's from Foundry. Foundry doesn't have graphic.
Okay.
Oh no, I see it. I do have one that does have a graphic. Oh well.
Do they have to pay Steven Spielberg every time that little ET figure pops up? ET in the hood?
Well, that's an Assassin's Creed royalty.
Oh, no, it looks like ET with a hood on.
There's no bike. It doesn't count.
Yeah, there's no blanket. A Michael Jackson that's screaming at the top of his lungs.
Right. Okay, so based on that, you've got your potions, you've got some stuff, and anything else you can do before you head out of town?
Nah.
One more thing I want to do is I want to stop by this town square and take one more chance to look at the potions of poison.
I love it.
They do not have any. Big shock,
Oh,
right?
crap. Yeah, like you think, you know, we're in a big city, I could definitely find it, but we are not.
You'd think.
So,
Well-
Jim, weird question. So, Zith is proficient in poisons, and his mother was a poisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Would, knowing what we're getting into, would I have any crafting ability to? I've never crafted in my D&D career, so I don't know how this exactly works outside of Celasta. Is there any way I could maybe give a shot at making something that might be able to heal one of us?
We'd have to stay for a whole day then.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
No? Okay. Well, let's roll.
Oh,
Actually, before there's one more thing I wanted to look at while we were there talking to the merchants. I went for a scroll of abjuration for the undead, if they have that.
a scroll of abjuration for the undead.
Yes.
Wow.
Like, I know we found something like that for, like, I want to say abominations. I want to see if they have one for the undead.
Hmm. I will tell you in just a second. My screen is busy. Really? Image couldn't be downloaded. Hold on. Rude. Okay. You do not find a potion of antidote. Is that what you're looking for? Like poison antidote or resistance to poison?
Yeah, any of those things. You know, something that could nullify poison, or at least make it harder to kill us with it.
At least make it harder. Well, you have some resistance now built in, don't you?
Oh yeah, I have a new rune on a piece of my malachite necklace.
It would be like a potion of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And poison is one type that it could be resistant to. So, potion of poison resistance. I will say if you roll, roll me a d20, and I'll tell you if. Huh. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not. It is not a poison resistant potion, but there is a potion of resistance, and it is of thunder resistance.
I'll buy it.
Okay,
How much?
so it's 300 gold.
Okay, I'll take it off my character sheet.
Wow, that's a lot.
You'll gain resistance to thunder damage for 1 hour when you drink that potion.
Nice. That'll be good for fighting metallic people again.
What's that?
That'll be good when we're fighting the servants
Oh,
of Talos
yeah.
again.
Yep, sure. Your arch enemies.
Yeah, the real enemy.
For sure. Okay, guys. So, Tad, anything that you want to do before leaving town? Got a cool hammer?
I know you had mentioned about going to. I can't remember exactly what it was when we were at the temple. It was something like praying to learn more about the hammer, or that I got, or am I
Oh, that's
making
right.
that up?
Yeah. No, you wanted
No,
to.
just attuning. If you attune to the hammer, then
Gotcha.
your god fills in the details of, hey, this is what you can do with my hammer. And that's what you did.
Gotcha.
So that's how you
Okay,
I just
great.
put it on
Okay.
your sheet, assuming you would do that. So
Perfect. Okay.
so now you know what it does, you know how often you can use it, and
Yeah.
how it works. So it's good.
I don't
right.
think there was anything else really in town.
Okay.
And the scroll of abjuration.
There is no scroll of abjuration. Sorry. Leilon is not a great place just to go find a bunch of magic items. It's kind of
Yeah,
what people have when they wander through.
very true. Oh,
Someone
well.
could open up a magic shop maybe and do well with traffic that's coming through town. Okay, so this brings us really close to the end of our time. So I thought I might want to leave you at a cliffhanger like I often want to do, but I thought we'd try something different this time and not do that. I do have an opportunity possibly to create a 3D map. I thought I might try it. I'll have two versions. I'll have a 2D map and a 3D map, so that when we start next time with your first encounter in the Crypt Garden Forest, I thought I would try that and see how it turned out. But I'm not sure. I worked on a little bit this past week, and I didn't have any. I ran into some errors that shouldn't have been there, but certainly were. So something is causing a problem with 3D stuff in my practice test. So I'll see if I can get that sorted out by the next time we play. So my final question to you is, what are we going to do next week? Are we going to play a different game? Are we going to, because Zith won't be here. Jay has other plans and has let us know well in advance that he won't be making it. So we have two choices. We have three choices. One is we can skip the session and just take the week off. The next option is we could play anyway, and Zith can just kind of fade to the background, and it's the three of you guys taking on whatever's going to be taken on in the Crypt Garden Forest. Or we could just still play, not cancel, but don't play this game. Play something else. So I'll leave it up to you to suggest what you might want to do and give me some time to prep whatever's going to happen, however it's going to happen, or just prep to take the day off, whichever. What do you say?
Well, I know I can make it Tuesday. I don't know. Are we still filming?
Yeah, come in and turn off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I can make it. Actually, news
Okay.
that Tuesday is my birthday.
Woohoo.
Oh.
Happy birthday.